Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw Supershow review for tonight, February 13th, 2012. Heading into this go-home show before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Wednesday night was okay. Saw some storyline building, not just for this Sunday, but also, especially with Triple H, storyline building for WrestleMania. But we kick things off with actually a video message from Kane. Of course, we all know Kane will face off against John Cena this Sunday at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Kane started Raw. He also ended Raw, which I will explain in mere moments. Kane claimed that someone will be taking a ride in an ambulance tonight. After Kane, here comes the first segment of the night, which was the little debate. There was a debate involving all 6 men in this Sunday's Raw Elimination Chamber match. It was CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, Miz, Chris Jericho, and also in there, Kofi Kingston. Now, they talked, basically talking match about this situation. And R-Truth, his silliness storyline is just kind of the eye on me. Just cuckoo. We know he's been cuckoo for almost a year. But I think cuckoo's finally left. I think one's finally left the cuckoo's nest for sure. For all truth. Thinking it was up for election. But I did like the fact he would trade. We do want Dolph Ziggler traded. Well, we don't want Dolph Ziggler traded. We just want Vicky Guerrero traded if he was really wanting. But I know it was storyline, but still. And of course, Jericho talked about the Jericho wannabes and Miz talked about people. And Kofi Kingston took a little bit of offense to one of Miz's statements. Miz saying Kofi Kingston is an afterthought. Unfortunately, that is true. Kofi Kingston has been an afterthought to everybody. Despite being athletic and being show-offy and great athleticism and had potential, he had decent feud when he owned a few years back. He's been pushed off to the back burner. Especially his association, guilty by association with situation involving him and, of course, his suspended tag team partner, Evan Bourne. Kofi basically had "we're not going to take it" by Tristan's sister and said try to rebel. And I also like what they're doing with Jericho and Punk. They're just teasing them right now. You know, Punk was looking to Jericho. I like that little segmental. And also John Alliance came out doing it just to say, "I'm back." See much of him tonight. I'm just letting you know that. But Punk and Jericho got a little face-to-face. And no, there wasn't a few, because everyone knows these debates or contract signings always end with a fight. Well, Punk promised there wouldn't be any occasions. Well, besides a Trouble in Paradise by Kofi Kingston and Chris Jericho. After Punk got nose-to-nose with Jericho. That led towards our first match of the night, which was Kofi Kingston taking on Chris Jericho. Now, all 6 guys in the Elimination Chamber match on Raw will be in action tonight. We would have Punk against Miz as the main event. And Dolph Ziggler against the Crazy R-Truth. So we have Jericho and Kofi kicking us off. After that Trouble in Paradise, Kofi had a little time to have Jericho recover during the break. And Jericho and Kofi, decent matchup. Kofi had the advantage, the matchup. Especially with another Trouble in Paradise kick to Jericho. But Jericho came back. He did nail the wall to Jericho on him. But in the end, it was a poke in the eye. And I think it was kind of a botched cold breaker. But Jericho got the victory. I also did mention during that segment, the debate segment, I did like CM Punk's jab at Jericho about him finishing 7th place at Dancing with the Stars. Be a lot of old boys tonight. I'll tell you more about those OMG talk moments, like the pipe bomb moments in a moment from other people tonight. So like I said, Jericho sent a message to not just Kofi, but also the Punk with his victory night over Kofi. Like I said, a little cheap shot. But I think he kind of botched the cold breaker. Speaking of botch, leads to our second match from the Smackdown Chamber match. 2 of the 6 men wrestled as Randy Orton took on the Big Show with the World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan at ringside. This came on a bout of a from what happened on Smackdown this past Friday when Big Show inadvertently cost Randy Orton a match against Daniel Bryan. But Randy Orton didn't see Big Show be confronted by Daniel and had a little fight with Big Show after Smackdown went off air. And this match was okay. We have Orton against Big Show. anyone against Big Show is like danger zone area. But I like that. Like if anyone can RKO Khali, he can DDT Big Show. And actually, if you watch the first RKO, because he did RKO Big Show one time, I think he kind of botched it. He kind of like messed it up. It didn't even look like an RKO. But he did another RKO to Big Show. But at that time, Daniel Bryan came in and attacked both Big Show and Owen, causing a double disqualification. Or basically, no contest. As I knew this was going to happen. I knew Daniel Bryan was going to interfere. You know, I'm smart with these things sometimes. I predicted moments in Kofi Jericho. I was right. Kind of a Kofi nailing a kick when I knew he was going to kick him. Jericho won't break when I knew he was going to won't break. And I kind of knew in my heart that Daniel Bryan was going to come in and interfere. And boy, did he. He cost the match for Orton and Big Show. Setting matches not just them two, but also everybody else. Great Khali, Cody Rhodes, and Ray Barrett. That Daniel Bryan is going to be remaining world champion. It kind of reminds me of Bobby Roode and TNA. You know, like they have the same personality traits. Cocky, arrogant, cheap shots, cheap victories, any shortcut to win a match. Arrogant. And they're both great guys. You know, that's the thing. Before they were champions, Bobby Roode and Daniel Bryan were two great guys. And then when they got the title, the world title, they both became power-hungry guys. You know? And now that storyline happens all the time. When you become world champion, you become a different person. So, that's what's happening to Daniel Bryan. He's on a power trip. And a cheap trick, too. Cheap trick pony. So, there you go. No contest. Daniel Bryan sent a message to his opponents at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. We'll see what happens with the other Raw Elimination Chamber participants and their separate matches and moments. But we had a segment involving Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Now, Shawn Michaels returned tonight. I smell it's not a one-off. You'll probably add more fuel to the fire. As he called out Triple H. As we all know, Triple H was challenged by Undertaker 2 weeks ago for WrestleMania 28. Triple H said no last week. And Undertaker aired a video. And tonight, Triple H was saying the same thing. No. Because Triple H knew this whole thing is Triple H's resistance. Because Triple H is now a business guy. He doesn't want to kill The Undertaker because we all know Triple H didn't beat The Undertaker last year. But Undertaker was carried out on a stretcher. He was carried out. He didn't walk out. And Triple H knows that if he wrestles Taker again, he knows what to do. He needs to beat the crap out of Taker so bad, he'll never come back. That's the point that Triple H is making. He doesn't want this to affect business because Taker's good business. And especially he doesn't want to be the guy to end the Taker brand, as Triple H calls him. And Shawn got confrontational with Triple H, trying to make him not be a coward. And I've seen Triple H and Shawn in these silent situations, especially when Shawn was going through his pals with The Undertaker back in WrestleMania 26 time in 2010. So now it's opposite. Triple H being the victim and Shawn being the voice of content or whatever. So then, Shawn Michaels was confrontational. Triple H wanted him to admit to him that he's saying no to Undertaker, and he said yes. I was yelling at the screen the whole time. Gong, gong, gong. And I was like, here goes another video about the Undertaker, including him showing another video. Even like he had a little like a cutting blade, cutting his hair off. Because I've heard rumors that he was bald a little bit. So this could be why. He wants to show Triple H he'll do anything to convince Triple H to say yes to him. He won't take no for an answer. It ain't over yet. And I smell Shawn will come back too. I don't think the Shawn Triple H thing is over. I think Shawn will make more appearances heading towards WrestleMania, adding more fuel to the fire of this match. Not only adding more fuel to the fire of this match actually happening, but adding more fuel to the fire that Shawn may be the special guest referee, as many are reporting. Now on the next match, R-Truth and Dolph Ziggler. Quick matchup with R-Truth getting a roller victory on Dolph Ziggler. Now I say this match was okay matchup, but it's like quick. The reason I think this was quick is because, as you all know what happened last week, R-Truth had a little botcheroonie. He was trying to fly, But Miz moved, and R-Truth landed bad on his head. He's kind of woozy a little bit. I think they want to save him for it. I don't think they want any more injury to happen to R-Truth. And if they would have happened, they would have placed the blame on Dolph Ziggler like they're doing in The Miz right now. So, but that's why I think that the Dolph Ziggler R-Truth match was quick, because they want not just Dolph to be healthy, but specifically R-Truth to be healthy. They don't want R-Truth to get any more injury after that near injury. He didn't get really injured, just had a little minor back thing, but they don't want him to land a bad injury again like he did last week, especially with Elimination Chamber a week away. So R-Truth gets a quick victory over Dolph Ziggler. Next, we had a Divas match. Do I need to explain? It was Tamina Snuka taking on Brie Bella. What do I need to say? Typical squad, like a little bit. A typical Divas match, quick. Tamina got the victory with a Snuka splash in honor to her dad. We found out that Tamina will be taking on Beth Phoenix for the WWE Divas Championship at Elimination Chamber. And I thought we wanted to get a Divas match at Elimination Chamber. But let me make a bold prediction. I already know this. No. And Phoenix will retain the Divas Championship this Sunday. There's no way Tamina's going to win. Because one, Tamina's not that big of a star yet to be contending. And two, we all know we're going to want to see Koma take on Beth Phoenix at WrestleMania. That's a big move. That's what I'm thinking. Tamina's going to wrestle Beth Phoenix. And then either Beth's going to win and Koma comes out, or Koma interferes in the match. Who knows what will happen by this match, Beth and Koma at WrestleMania. So I think Tamina will lose this Sunday. So Tamina beat Brie Bella. Now on to our next couple segments. John Cena, in a weird state of mind. Of course, we all know Kane was in the building. So John Cena was ready to call out Kane later on, or Kane call out Cena. Here comes Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder was in the building, wearing his neck brace and wheelchair and all. He had gifts to bring to his girlfriend, or he called the girlfriend, Eve Torres. He's been, of course, been fearing for Kane, Zack's well-being, especially after what happened with Kane confronting Eve last week. And Zack was in John Cena's locker room, trying to stay safe and not get attacked again like he always has been getting attacked by Kane every week. He's on the show, like at the Royal Rumble. So Zack was waiting for Eve to come in with his gifts. And later on, John Cena was being interviewed by Josh Matthews to get his reaction over a Rock promo for WrestleMania as Rock promoted his new movie, Journey to the Bathroom. Not to Journey to the Mysterious Iron. Journey to the box office to get your refund for a crappy movie. Anyway, Cena was going to talk about his thoughts on his opponent, Rock's promo, but then he heard Eve screaming. Kane had locked Eve in an ambulance, and John Cena beat the crap out of Kane, went against the entrance. He got Eve out. Eve jumped on the John Cena and gave him a smoocheroonie. That would be all bad to begin with, Cena kissing another man's girl, but what added more drama to this, Zack Ryder saw the whole thing. He saw John Cena play slips on his girl Eve. And of course, what added more drama is Eve telling Zack later on, she gave him the just friends speech. Have y'all been through that, boys? The just friends speech. I know it's storyline, but are you serious, bro? Let's say Zack Ryder's not the only Zack without a Valentine this Valentine's Day. I'm a Zack without a Valentine, you know. So I'm going to let that out there. So storyline on Zack's got a broken heart. Especially with Eve not only kissing Cena, but even admitting the just friends speech. Are you serious, bro? Indeed. But while Zack was waiting for the right time to confront Cena, we headed on to the main event. The Miz taking on CM Punk, the last two of the Elimination Chamber participants to wrestle in a one-on-one match this evening. And I've seen these two wrestle many times, and this was a decent matchup again. These two wrestled decently with Miz ambling towards the arm of CM Punk, and CM Punk was trying to get motion back in his arm. She saw he tried to do a bulldog with his good arm. And he also got the elbow with his good arm. He didn't get to go to sleep on Miz, but he did get the Anaconda Vice on Miz to get the victory. And I thought Jericho was going to come out and interfere again, but Jericho was in the back, watching Punk in his matchup. Punk sent a message to not just Miz, but everyone in the Elimination Chamber match for with a win over Miz in a decent matchup, probably the second most decent match of the Elimination Chamber participant matches besides Chris and Kofi. I feel like Kofi's got some angst in him too, besides Cena, who did kind of embrace the hand in his last segment, which I'll get to. But like I said, Punk got the victory over Miz, sending a message as Punk heads towards Sunday in the Chamber match. Now, on to our last segment, which was, of course, Cena. Now, Kane left with the ambulance, thinking he kidnapped Eve, but Eve escaped. But then we saw the ambulance pull back in. Kane was in the building again. So Cena came out for our last segment. He tried to apologize to Zack Ryder. And I like the chants. Like, we all hate you chants. It seems to make a lot of people chant. Like, I'm not embracing the hate. We all hate you. You know, the fans who do hate me. You may think I'm a soft guy. I'm a fruity pebble. Fruity pebble chant. And Cena's buddy is like, my name. Because he's got that fruity pebble deal. Thanks, Watt. He's probably saying that in his head. Anyway. So, Cena was going on about Kane, of course, the embracing the hate and all that shit. But unintentionally, Cena kind of did embrace the hate by kissing Zack Ryder's girl, Eve. Which prompted Zack Ryder to come out in his wheelchair and all. And I know it's storyline, but Zack Ryder, he's kind of a bad actor. He was trying to act injured and all, but it was kind of awkward. He was like walking on his crutches weird. You know what I mean? And he tried to confront Cena about kissing Eve, and he didn't want to hear all the bullshit anymore from John. Especially all the pain he's gone through the last month, getting chokeslammed every week by Kane off stages and everything else. His ankle let out. He bench slapped the hell out of Cena. And Cena was right about to retaliate. He was right about to embrace the hate once and for all and punch the hell out of Zack Ryder. But he held back. And Zack escaped. Or so we thought. Kane and Dan appear on the screen about saying, Cena, congratulations, Cena. You did embrace the hate by kissing Zack Ryder's girlfriend, Eve. His only true love. You kissed the true love of your only friend left. So Kane came to punish the friend. He came from the back. He rolled Zack Ryder off the stage. Now that was a nasty fall, I'll say that much. And Zack's been selling the falls from Kane recently. With the choke slam off the stage and everything else. Zack's a good seller sometimes, but I hope Zack gets well soon. Woo woo woo, you know it. Storyline on that. Woo woo woo. So, after Kane pushed Ryder off the stage, John Cena saw Zack Ryder once again being rolled into an ambulance. But Cena may be seeing his own fate. Have Cena seen the fate of himself? Will he be the one in the ambulance this Sunday following the match against Kane? We all speculated as we saw Zack Ryder leave in an ambulance as we end War. The last one before Elimination Chamber. Wrestling was decent and heading towards Elimination Chamber. Story with Kane and Cena. And the tension between Punk and Jericho seemed to grow as we head towards that pay-per-view. And of course, the tension between Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker heading towards WrestleMania. See what happens this Sunday. With that in mind, that is it for my WWE Raw Supershow review. Thank you all very much for watching. We have all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all very much. Have a great night. See you all later. Yeah. Woo woo woo. You know it.